What's going on, America? This is The Way We See It with Will,
Luke,
Jessica,
and Eric,
and
Jonathan.
Jonathan's here. Y'all might be able to see him in the corner of the camera here. He is our kick-ass photographer. I can say that because we're on The Way We See It, so we can... A little bit different rhetoric. What's up, guys? We have a phenomenal episode for you guys today. If y'all can see, we have a packed room here with packed ideas and packed opinions. So I'm gonna, before I go too much further, I'm gonna kick it off, and we're gonna go to Jessica. Jessica, you with us today?
I am. Thank you so much
Awesome.
for having me here.
Thank you for being here.
So happy to be involved. I really wanted to put an emphasis today on the new bill that was passed through the House. However, I don't really believe it's going to, get through due to the fact that the next step would be going through a bunch of Republicans, or not Republicans, Democrats.
Wait, is this state house or federal house?
State.
What kind of? Okay, so we're talking about state law here.
Yeah, North Carolina's SB 514. It's basically covering over. It would force faculties, RAs, to report adult students' gender nonconformity to parents, which I just think that's an invasion of personal privacy. But there is one thing that I do agree with, since the cause of genetics and each individual, every single person's brain doesn't fully develop until they're at least 22, and that's still even pushing it at that point.
Yeah.
But it basically covers and states that they are not allowed to dress as the opposite sex of who they are, which, I don't really agree with on that part. But I do, however, agree with the hormones being injected as waiting until you're at least 21 years old of age to determine whether or not you want to, forever change your sexuality. It's a little touchy topic. I don't know if you guys have any insight on that or any inputs that you want to apply.
I have a lot of opinions. I'm not sure would be appropriate for the general public in this podcast. What about you, Luke?
Well, I know that when I went to school, I couldn't get a certain haircut. You couldn't have pink or green hair. You couldn't, this is all
school.
public. No, public.
Really?
Yeah, you can't, can't wear a hat. So, really, if you can't do all that, I don't think you should be a boy dressing like a girl either, because they told me it was because it'd make you lose focus in class. Yeah. You're damn right I'm gonna lose focus in class if Anthony's over there dressed like a woman.
Your buddy Anthony is
be
over there
looking
with his
at him.
cleavage hanging out.
Yeah, I'm a kid. I'm gonna be like, what the fuck's going on over there? That shit's not what I'm used to seeing every day.
The other thing too, I think we were talking about this, Jessica, before we went on air here, but God gives children parents because they don't know what's best for them.
Parents give them iPads.
You're learning and developing and going through all these changes and that's another problem is parents today raise children. And what they need to be doing from day one, from when you leave the OB ward at the hospital, is not raising a child. You need to be looking at it as you are raising a future adult. Because if you always look at it as you are raising and building a future adult, you might actually just raise a future adult.
And the future culture at that point.
Yeah, exactly. But there are so many parents today that raise children, and as a result, they get children as adults. So... No, thank you for bringing that up, though. We're not going to go too much in the political controversy, and I'm sure everybody has an opinion, and so they are entitled to do so. But no, it's interesting to bring that up. Yeah. Do you know who sponsored that bill, or?
Let's see. I believe it was Alex Moray. Nope, he just wrote it. In regards to, like I said on our previous podcast, I do live in a lethological state of mind where names, just go in one ear and right out the other at that point.
Sure.
I will state the irony of this, considering that North Carolina lost the NBA All-Star game a few years ago to the HB2.
Yeah.
And now this is essentially the reporting of the opposite of that. So it's essentially saying, hey, now there's a law that's requiring state officials or state employees to report if someone is doing this to a legal guardian.
Yeah.
Like if you're...
But wouldn't you think their parents would know if
well, yeah,
they were a cross-dresser or something? I mean, especially if they're doing it in public.
My son had a Forever 18 credit card purchase on his card. I'm gonna definitely ask him, what were you doing over there? And what I would assume the reaction would be is, buying my girlfriend something. I don't know, but at the end of the day, it really comes down to the fact of, The NC House, if I remember correctly, is now Democrat majority.
I believe so. Is that correct, Luke? You're our political correspondent.
I believe so.
Okay, we'll go with that, Jonathan, for now. Until we get corrected, yeah.
Yeah, and we have a blue governor, a renowningly blue governor, to even have this pass through the House with the outcry that's been seen in media in the last 4 years is kind of dumbfounding to me, especially as a lot of this applies specifically to college students, where everyone always likes to make the story of, I experimented in college, I tried this, I smoked this, I drank that, and now it's like, now we're going to tell on you and tell your parents, essentially.
It's so funny you bring that up, Jonathan. I actually, I don't know, I mean, it's always an old white guy, but about once a month, and I'm in a group setting, and some old white guy wants to lie. I hear it's the same lie every single time. Oh, one time back when it was only once, but when I was a freshman in college, somebody gave me this, and that was the only time I ever did it. It's like, man, somebody told me that at a job yesterday. It's like, this is like the 1,000th time I've heard this lie, right?
Do you know how many people live by you at least try it twice?
Yeah.
It's not a bad motto, honestly.
That's good points, Jonathan. We're glad to have you here today. So we got to get you on the show more often.
Hey, I'm around. Jess has got my number. I'm always happy to have a good chat. I've been told I've got a good voice for radio.
I would agree. So yeah. We'll check in real quick. So if y'all are on the show, y'all know that we do this weekly bit. But I want to go around the room real quick and just hear. I know that y'all have heard from me on my social media. Luke, what have you been up to the last week?
Well,
give us the highlights, not the boring crap.
All right. Well, some stuff's been going on at the chicken farm. Been having to give some shots to all the chickens. It's pretty. It might not be exciting to you, but it's pretty exciting to me.
How many birds or animals do you have right now?
Around 130.
It's a lot of mouths to feed.
Yeah, it's ridiculous, man. It takes me an hour and a half just to feed them.
Too.
And then, yeah, it's crazy. Well, feeds only went up 35%, so ain't that bad. But I got invited to go to a Young Americans for Liberty event in August, so I'm going to be going there.
Tell us about that. We'll give them a shout out real quick, Young Americans for Liberty, because I know we like that organization.
Well, it's Young Americans for Liberty, people above the ages of 18. Well, I believe if you're 18, you can go, and who's interested in really connecting and marketing with other people with the same beliefs and pretty much mentality as them. There'll be a lot of important, influential speakers there. Rand Paul will be there for sure. I know there's a few more, and they've had some cool ones in the past, but I think everybody should check it out. It's called Revolution, and it's going to be pretty awesome.
Good to know. Appreciate that.
What about you, Jessica?
Yeah, what about you, Jessica? Other than finding Jonathan and bringing him in here, which is a total win, what have you been up to?
Honestly, I've had a few blessings fall in my lap recently that I'm super ecstatic about. As Luke told me before, I know this is kind of like a tight-knit family, and including this opportunity to be here with you guys has been amazing. But Luke told me verbatim, never say no to an opportunity. You never say no.
That's wise. I'm going to pause for a moment and give Luke credit for that wisdom. That's very true. And to be fair, Luke, I think you live by that.
Yeah, try my best, man.
When I found you, and I don't know if we've ever even had this exact conversation, but when I found you, you were taking up every opportunity. You were all over social media. You were doing all kinds of work for people. Yeah, he was marketing himself and marketing others, and it showed. And to be honest, I was glad I could work with you because, I don't know what all your other deals were with other people, but it seemed to an extent you were very keen on taking opportunities, but you may have been taken advantage of.
Dude, probably.
To an extent, too, which is why ever since we've worked together, I've tried to, create every opportunity we can because you certainly got the right head on your shoulders and are making plays, and we all see it. So, heck, we'll give Luke credit real quick. Luke's the whole reason we're all together here. He brought us himself, he brought us Eric, he brought us Jessica, and Jessica brought us Jonathan. So, credit to you.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
That's great.
So, anything else going on in your world?
Yeah, I just got this new job opportunity that's going to be a lot of personal character growth. Not only that, but it's going to basically teach me business and pay me for it. It's going to emphasize more on marketing and reaching to big corporations. However, the hazing phase, due to the fact that they're looking for leadership roles inside of it, is going to be really big. They have a end goal where I actually have to accomplish something within 7 days.
Okay. This is in sales?
Well, it's starting in sales. You know, you always got to start the grunt work
Sure.
your way from the bottom all the way to the top. You know, the American dream at that point. But basically, I'll be doing sales for just a week, and then after that, they pay for my flights. They'll pay for my bags, my place to stay, and I'll be back and forth through Manhattan, Florida, Miami inside Florida, and
wow.
a couple different places. And I'm super excited about it. I haven't been able to stop smiling. My face hurts so much.
Good for you. Well, you have a whole new energy coming in the show this week, so we're certainly glad to have you and think you add a lot of value here. So
Yeah, it's literally the culture I've been looking for the past 6 years. The positivity is immaculate.
good. Where is this office out of?
It's out of Cary.
Okay, so that's not far. Yeah, so Wade
Yep.
County. Awesome. Thank you. Mr. Cruz, you've been quiet over there. Other than, I want to give you credit. I know that we're doing this episode today at the Raleigh Living Arts College. Special thanks to you and your class and professor and institution here. But you and I just got done yesterday setting up a whole new sound system in our other studio that hopefully we'll do an episode from next Sunday. So other than that work, what have you been up to?
Not too much, man. Just really been working on music, making some beats, some stuff. I'm really excited to show you what I came up with for the intro.
Oh yeah, I was gonna ask you about that. So
Yeah.
y'all, Erick has been, he wears many hats here. He does a lot of stuff that adds value. One of the things he's been working on, not only for us but for you guys, is a new intro jingle to the show. So we're excited to hear. I don't want to give away too much. I don't even know anything about it other than
Just
that.
a quick little
This is new news
beatbox.
to me.
Yeah, have I even told you guys
No,
that, Luke and
not at
Jessica?
all.
Okay, yeah, I mean, y'all are probably tired of me by this point. I send these guys like 1,000 text messages a day because like all day long I'm doing stuff on this show and working on it and trying to keep everybody in the loop. But yeah, that's one of the things that Erick's been working on for us. So I'm glad you brought that up.
I'm excited to show you.
Can we get like a sneak peek of it? Is that possible?
It's literally only a
Joke.
sneak
Do you
peek.
wanna
Probably.
save it?
It's like
Or-
10 seconds.
We'll save it. We'll do an unveil. And
That's right.
the only reason I say that is because I'm not going to say which show, but there's another national podcast and radio show that's done that had a really, really good jingle. And we liked it, and they're really successful and it's really good. So we wanted it to be similar, but we also are respectful and
Copyright.
yeah, and are respectful and vigilant of the copyright laws and respect to them in that show. So before I know exactly what we're working with, we'll hold off on that. But thank you for doing that, Erick. Yeah, I'd forgotten about that whole thing. That's a huge win for us.
Yeah, I'm excited to show you guys. Just been helping my girlfriend move, and just been real busy this week with school and working on some music and. Nothing,
Yeah, so
nothing too exciting though.
So I know that you're on this show, obviously, and then you're on the show Declassified, What Lies Behind America.
Yeah.
If y'all haven't checked that show or heard that yet, follow any of us on Facebook or go to, well, it's everywhere. You can go to Spotify. That's what we were talking about. Check out Declassified. But so you do music too, right? What kind of genre is that? Tell us about how.
Dope beats.
Dope beats.
I'm gonna look up your Spotify station and play it on my mic real quick for everybody to hear.
Yeah, no, I like to make a lot of hip hop beats, instrumentals. I dabble in like EDM and some pop, but mostly hip hop music.
I'm interested in this now. All right, so
what like got you into the EDM
yeah, let's expand
style?
on this.
I've always loved it.
You've always loved EDM. See, I think it's more of like an acquired taste for me. I'm like really open-minded about music just in a whole. However, EDM, brings not to talk about drugs or anything, but it just like makes me want to do drugs that I haven't done yet, just so
Yeah.
that I can actually experience it to its full capabilities. I don't know. I was
Definitely
never
is.
able to get into noise.
It's a different scene, that's for sure.
Yeah.
All right, so hey, I'm gonna show the video real quick. I'm here on my Spotify app.
I'm working on getting
Eric.
on Spotify right now.
You're not on Spotify?
Not on Spotify.
Are you on YouTube?
Apple Music.
I'm on YouTube.
I won't put you on the spot here, but next week we're
I got
gonna
you.
debut a
have some
song.
clips.
Whether you want to or not, we're gonna play it on the show.
All right,
So
no problem.
you got a week to get it together. And we never gave him a formal introduction earlier, but Jonathan's with us today, our photographer. Jonathan, come on back up to the mic here.
Howdy, howdy.
We need to hear an update from you, bud. I mean, you're taking pictures, you're helping us left and right in here. You've had some very thoughtful insight on what we've been going on, but tell us about you. I mean, this is your intro moment to this show.
Oh, spotlight's on me, I guess.
That's a good way to put it.
What should I say? So during the day, shall I say my 9 to 5, I run a U.S. sales team for AI company.
Okay.
Besides that,
That's artificial intelligence?
yeah. So
That's super dope.
yeah, so looking to automate a lot of customer support and kind of all that. Every time you email, ask them where your package is. We're trying to use AI to automate that so you don't have to wait 2 days to figure that out. So
I bet companies too get so tired of that. You know, the customer service side of people, password resets. Where's my, the retarded stuff?
Do you do any coding with that? Or is that more of like below
not
you?
directly in this role. I've done
that's
a
interesting.
decent bit of coding in the past in my data analytics and I've done some, I'd say internet game development. Nothing too exciting by any means.
Can you develop an app?
No.
No.
Never dove into that. A lot of friends though.
That's a good idea. We need to make an app.
I have a great
I don't know what it would
idea
do, but we ought to own
talk
an app.
about this. Yeah, I have
Yeah.
a great idea I've been thinking
But
about.
last week, I'd say the highlights was I got to play some golf on Saturday when it was nice out. So I was a potential collegiate athlete at one point before I had my wrist reconstructed for golf. So got to have some fun.
You still get to play now, though, I guess, even if your wrist is healed or better.
I had surgery that kind of lowered my game, but now it's turned out to be more of let's have some fun with the buddies on the course, have a few brews.
Now you're learning what golf's about. The people who
That's the
take
kind of
golf
golf I
super
play.
seriously never have fun. They're pissed off. They want to do it alone.
Should
Like,
be like Happy Gilmore.
yeah, like if they don't shoot under, like they're angry until they play again. Like golf is so much more fun when it's a social and a drinking activity.
I take the John Daly approach, have a couple beers,
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
rip it in. That's what
Smoke
you
a few
gotta do.
cigarettes.
It's funny you bring up John Daly. I used to live in Greensboro, and for 7 straight years, I went to the Wyndham Championship. That's the annual PGA golf tour that comes to the Sedgefield Country Club in Greensboro. A couple years ago, I was there with John Daly, and I got to get real close to him, because there's like the practice putting greens out in front of the clubhouse that you can kind of be near before they go out on the course. Let's follow him on the course. Man, this guy was ridiculous. I bet he hadn't showered in a week. He hadn't brushed his hair in a month. Yeah, it's all long. He's wearing pajama pants. And he's wearing like tennis shoes, which you're not allowed to do. Like, they're like PGA has certain dress codes and like the gear you have to wear. He just pays the fines and doesn't give a shit. Like his entire like golf bag that he has carry lugging around was filled with beers. And like every time he's hitting, he's chugging beers. And then he's like throwing the cans on the course, just leaving them littering, throwing cigarette butts out. Like he smoked a joint out there in front of 500,000 people. It was illegal in North Carolina. Like, and he's cussing and so like kids are around. Like he does not give a crap what people think of him. I love it. He is the most entertaining golfer ever.
So he's now on the senior tour. So we have the SAS Championship out at Prestonwood and Cary every year.
Yeah.
And one of my family friends had him stay at the house because they'll host, because senior tour members, of course, don't make
Nice.
$10 million on a purse like the
I bet he
PGA
would be an
does.
interesting guest.
Oh, they put out an ashtray and they said by the second night it was stacked that high. They had to empty it out for him because he wasn't going to do it.
At least he was nice enough to put it in the ashtray. Most of the time he'd just throw it anywhere.
Right.
If we had John Daly in the studio, he'd be smoking right now, throwing them on the floor.
Hey, that'd be an entertaining conversation.
It would. We'd probably make better TV if John Daly was here. John Daly, you're the man. We're all fans. I know you're listening to this podcast. Let's get you on the show, bro.
We'll provide as much beer as you can drink.
Yeah. Beer, cigarettes, whatever your drug of choice is. We got you, bro. John Daly, next episode.
Speedy recovery, by the way. He's got colon cancer now.
Does he really?
Yeah.
Oh, what a shame.
Yeah.
This conversation just took a depressing turn.
Yeah, what a
Kind of wish
twist.
him the best, though. He's
Yeah.
still out there having a good time. I think I saw.
That's true. So he's still playing golf with active cancer? Holy
Yeah, there
cow.
was a video online of him at a bar having a beer singing karaoke a few days ago that I saw online. I mean, the man's theory is to live life to the max. I mean, there was a ESPN documentary, Grip It and Rip It, phenomenal about him, just talking about his life, how he was brought up, kind of, honestly, the abusive drunk that his father was and how he kind of transitioned to golf because it was time away from home. So he could get out of his house to practice for 6 hours a day.
It's kind of how Tiger Woods was too. Didn't he have like the insane father that forced it all upon him?
That documentary on HBO is a whole nother ball game. It is phenomenal. Talking about Earl, who was his father, who viewed him as the Michael Jordan of golf, and he was going to be the one to change everything in the world. Which, to honestly admit it, he was, because they interview him after his first round in Augusta in the late 90s, where Tiger was like, I'm walking around hearing the N-word being shouted at me while I'm playing golf, and I'm up 10 strokes from the next guy behind me.
By his own father?
No, by
just by
the
the
audience, because Augusta actually didn't have a black member until Condoleezza Rice during the Bush administration. So as a historically kind of, I mean, it's an old plantation that they even built the golf course on.
Yeah, my grandmother actually has tickets to the Masters, and we've got to go. So I was there, I think, 2 years ago. It was neat, man. I've never seen a place like it. But
$4 pimento cheese sandwich.
Yeah, no, the prices haven't changed. Like, that's the thing. I don't know if you know about the Masters, but like you know, it's not about the money like at any other golf course. So like when the Masters first started in the early 1900s, they have not changed the prices at all. Like it's still like it was expensive as crap back then, but like it's cheap as crap now. So it's and the Masters gear, you know, they only sell there. So like when I went to the Masters, like there were all kinds of people that like were coming in with wagons and carts that didn't give a crap about the golf and never laid eyes on golf. All they were doing was just going through the store and purchasing thousands and thousands of dollars worth of Masters gear, and their job the rest of the year was running like an eBay or an Amazon like seller page and just selling Masters gear. I don't know, I just didn't mean to get on a tangent.
No, you're perfectly good.
I love that you know golf.
Hey,
Like, yeah.
I'm jealous of you. I was supposed to go to last year's Masters, but a little thing called COVID happened.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
And it took that away. And for those of you who don't know, it's a raffle. So either
Yeah.
you have family legacy for tickets, or you enter a raffle.
Yeah.
And the tickets are $100.
Yeah, they're not expensive. You just
You gotta get them.
On the subject of Augusta National, I may have told this on the show or not. I may have even told it last week. But you know, Bill Gates one time on a 60 Minutes interview was, the interviewer on 60 Minutes cornered him and asked him, you know, he said, I forget the exact question. He was like, you know, you're not a member at Augusta National. He was like, do you ever want to be a member there or whatever? And Bill Gates was like, yeah, you know, it'd be neat to do that. And because Bill Gates expressed any interest whatsoever in Augusta National, he was barred for life for membership.
I was gonna say he's got a lot of free time after
Yeah,
recent news.
but if you ever express any amount of interest at all in that club, you will never be a member.
That's
So-
a good transition, though. What's going to happen in the world now that Bill and Melinda Gates have filed for divorce?
Yeah. What's going to happen at Duke University? I mean, that was kind of their project.
Or the foundation that they run that
Yeah.
people have questioned a lot of the strategic initiatives that it's taken.
If y'all don't know, I mean, you know, the Duke University is kind of Melinda Gates' project, and you know, they went to Duke and said, you know, I think they went to Duke with all these plans they wanted to do and said, hey, like, I want to be the chairman of your board and I'm going to control Duke University and here's everything I want to do. And the board was like, I don't know who you think you are, but you just can't walk in here and say you're going to be chairman of the board if you've never had anything to do with the school. And Bill Gates was like, I don't think you understand what I'm saying. Pulled out his checkbook and they donated like billions to Duke University to not only like build a bunch of stuff here, but like take Duke University international. And there's all this like international stuff they're doing in Africa now. So that's how they bought their way on. But no, it's interesting you bring up golf, Jonathan. Luke and I actually just got a membership for this show at the Fred Smith Golf Clubs in Raleigh. There's like 5 or 6 golf courses. We went and joined Headingham in Nightdale. But we're going to do an episode out there sometime. We ought to go play golf, you know, and drink.
Yeah, I was going to say, if there's beer involved, I'm more
I'll
than
drop the golf
happy to-
cart.
I'll be the DD. I was just about to.
Well, you know what they say, golf's the only time where you're encouraged to drink.
That's what I'm thinking. There's not going to be a DD out there on that golf cart.
Yeah.
All right, the DDD. How's that? Just kidding.
Yeah. Well, hey guys, this has been an awesome episode. I really appreciate all of y'all coming here and being here tonight. I know we said we'd keep this about 25 minutes, and it looks like we're at 24 minutes. So we'll go ahead and close it out. We appreciate all you being on this episode. I know that our next episode, Luke, we are scheduled to interview the chairwoman of the North Carolina Federation of Young Republicans, right?
That's right, Catherine Wyford.
Yep, that'll be Sunday, and then we'll get that episode up. So we'll close it out here. Any of y'all got anything y'all want to leave us with or leave the viewers with before we sign off?
NC State got 2 4-star transfers in basketball. So
Wait, what? And you're just now telling us this at the
That
end?
was breaking news.
One of
Yeah, we should have opened with that.
one of
Yeah.
what we took from UVA. So that's good news taken
Yeah.
from a fellow ACC team.
There we go. Way to end on a positive
There
note.
we go.
I like that. Guys, this has been The Way We See It with Will.
Luke.
Jessica.
Eric.
And Jonathan.
Thank you guys for joining us. We'll catch you later.
Happy Cinco de Mayo.
There you go. Cinco de Mayo.